Yo, what is up guys, and welcome to another Wild Rift video. And I welcome you to one of the biggest banger games that I've ever published on my channel. This is gonna be a super late game, Singed game. And oh my god guys, Singed? I'm gonna teach you everything about Singed, okay? I'm gonna teach you everything, and let me tell you already right now, Singed is significantly better than you think. Unless you're a Singed one trick. Like, the things that I'm about to say right now will only be relatable to Singed one tricks. I've actually played a lot of Singed and I got incredibly good at Singed. Like, I got really good at Singed, and in today's video I'm gonna teach you everything about it. There's timestamps in the description if you just want to skip to the gameplay. In the beginning part of the video I'm gonna explain to you guys how to build Singed. So, the build is actually really simple. To start off, you get a Rylai's Scepter. This is always gonna be your first item. You have to get the weakness rune to combine with the Rylai's Scepter, otherwise it's a useless item. Second item, Liandry's. Reason that you get Liandry's is because it deals the 1% of the enemy's HP damage over 3 seconds, and if the enemies are immobilized or slowed, it doubles this damage. Of course, because you have the Rylai's Scepter, you're gonna be slowing everyone, and then combine that with the weakness rune as well, you're gonna be dealing another 5% increased damage. So this combo is huge. This is really all the damage that you need on Singed. You don't need any more ability power. Let me explain to you why you don't need any more ability power. Rabadon's Death Cap is not quite worth it because Singed doesn't scale well with AP. This is a common misconception that people have, and I see some people run full AP Singed. Singed doesn't scale well with AP. His AP scalings are like what, 15, 20, 25% on his first ability? Something like that, which is obviously really low. So like the actual damage that his first ability does is not a lot. Where you're gonna get the value from is from slowing all of the enemies and from applying the burn of the Liandry's. This is where your damage is gonna be coming from, right? So keep in mind, I went to the gym yesterday and my abs hurt so much because I did ab workouts. These are the only 2 damage items that you need. So for the boots, there's a few boots that you can go for. First of all, which are the boots that you're very likely always going to be going for, is Boots of Swiftness. Of course, Singed gets a lot of bonus movement speed. So Boots of Swiftness are great. Mercury's Threads are gonna be your go-to boots if the enemy have a lot of stuns. Don't go for Boots of Swiftness if you're up against Morgana, Lux, and Ashe, for example. No, don't do that. Get the Mercury's Threads against those, you have to. Plated Steel Caps you can get if you're against a full attack damage composition, otherwise it's not worth it. So yeah, Boots of Swiftness, and then after that you get a Proto Belt. I never go for Glorious Enchant on Singed. You just don't need it, guys. You really don't need it. Like, I've tried it and it's good. Like, don't get me wrong, it's good, but you don't need it. You really don't need it. I've never needed it in a game, like seriously. Proto Belt, on the other hand, allows you to get close to the enemy that is very valuable. Like, let's say you're up against a composition and you need to reach their Jinx. You can get to the Jinx with your Proto Belt and throw her behind you into your team. That is the whole purpose of Proto Belt. Like, people told me before, like, why would you need Proto Belt on Singed? You're super fast anyways. That is the reason. Sure, you're fast, but you're predictable. And with the Proto Belt, you're not going to be predictable because, boom, you can instantly Proto Belt to the enemy and throw them behind you. QSS, not worth it. Just get a lot of tenacity. Stoneplate, not worth it. The loss of damage is just not worth it. Teleport, of course, if you need a teleport, you get a teleport. Wait, let me just close the door because my bird is being a little annoying. Okay, sorry about that. So third item is 95% gonna be Deadman's Blade. Unless you're against like a full AP composition, you know, like a composition with like 4 AP champions. If that's the case, then you actually skip the Deadman's Blade and just go for Force of Nature and then more magic resist, you know, Spirit Visage, whatever. You just go full magic resist. But in a normal game, you always go for the Deadman's Blade. Reason is because Deadman's Blade gives you, first of all, 5% movement speed. Secondly, it grants momentum up to 50 movement speed. And you're not always gonna be proccing this momentum. This gives you so much movement speed, you can just run right through the enemy. And in the late game, there is actually a trick, which is not using your basic attacks in a team fight. What's gonna happen is you're gonna be so incredibly fast. You're gonna have that 50 movement speed extra, and you can just run right through the enemy. Of course, at some point, you're gonna use the attacks, the basic attack. But the point is, in the beginning of the fight, you can just run away from anyone, and no one is gonna be able to catch you. Fourth item, situational, like completely situational. Do you need anti-attack speed? You get a Frozen Heart. This one is incredibly good on Singed, by the way, Frozen Heart, because you're going to be in the middle of all of the enemies, so to reduce all of their attack speed is really good. Does your team have even more ability power and the enemy have magic damage as well? Then you get an Abyssal Mask, right? Because then you're going to have magic resist and you're going to be nearby enemy champions take 15% bonus damage. As you can see, this part. Also, you're gonna deal more damage, right? Like, this is a really good item on Singed. Let's see. Thornmail, of course, Spirit Visage, whatever you need. Don't get a Sunfire Aegis, by the way. Common misconception, do not go for this item. Do not go for Warmog, also not worth it. And then, of course, Random's Omen is also worth it, right? Iceborne Gauntlet, never, ever. Just don't go for these items. Like, only go for the items that I'm talking about. And then you actually have another magic damage item that is worth it on him, which is the Green Book. The only reason that this item is worth it is because of the Grievous Wounds. As I said, Singed doesn't have good scaling, but he really likes items with an effect on them. And what I mean with effect... Sorry, by the way, I need to go to the gym very fast after this video. I have a busy day, so I have to drink my coffee now. What I mean with an effect is, this one slows the enemy. This one deals damage to the enemy, right? And then this one applies Grievous Wounds. So you want to go for items that have an effect, right? Infinity Orb is an interesting one, because Infinity Orb is actually also good, because if the enemy is at a low amount of HP, like if the enemy is squishy, and you really see that you're dealing a lot of damage, then you can genuinely go for an Infinity Orb. But as I said, 99% of the cases, just go for a Green Book. This item is perfect on Singed, instead of a Thornmail, basically. But if you need bonus armor, of course you go for the Thornmail, right? Like, you have to think about it. Your first three items are going to be Rylai's, Liandry's, and then Deadman's, and then it's completely situational. There's like a million items that you can go for. For your runes, you always go for Conqueror. Always. Just don't even ask. Second rune, always Weakness. Don't ask either. You know, you always go for these runes because it just perfectly suits Singed. Third rune is situational. I really like conditioning, because especially the new conditioning, gain 5 bonus armor and magic resist after 3 minutes into the game. So you're gonna have it before the dragon, and then every 2 minutes after you gain 2 armor and 2 magic resist. This one is amazing. Hunter Titan is honestly not worth it. You can just get Mercury's threats and then combine it with the conditioning. So it's not worth it. And then besides... Honestly, guys, I always go for conditioning, honestly. You can choose to go for adaptive carapace, because Singed is actually surprisingly strong at level 2, because you can push out the first wave and then fight the enemy. And if you were up against a tough enemy, then you can actually go for adaptive carapace to make sure you win the 1 versus 1. But as I said, conditioning is my way to go. And then 4th rune, Sweet Tooth. Not because Sweet Tooth is broken, but just because Singed really loves Sweet Tooth. So enough about the... Oh, actually, wait, spells. For your spells, go for a Ghost and an Ignite. Ghost and Ignite. No Flash. You don't need a Flash on Singed. Ghost is significantly stronger than Flash. So now, enough about the build. Let's get into the gameplay. Alright, on to the gameplay. And this one is gonna be a banger. So first of all, we're already gonna start talking about some stuff. You don't build magic damage as your first item. You build the health item. I don't know what it's called, but you build the item that gives you 150 health. It's just much more worth. Take a look at what I'm doing here, by the way. I'm not leashing. I'm not leashing my Lee Sin. And now I'm not telling you to always not leash on Singed, but the thing with Singed is, especially when you're on this side of the map, because when you're on this side, it means the enemy is going to help their jungler. But look at what I'm doing. I'm pushing out the wave as fast as I can. You see look at what's going to happen. I'm pushing out the wave. Boom, boom, boom. I'm level 2. Throw him behind me. Easily won my lane already. You see? Look at this. Look at this. Look. You see? This is how you win your lane with Singed. Simple. Of course, you have to be careful. Of course, you know. When you're against a Darius, for example, when you dive his minions, Darius can actually choose to hit you, and don't let him get his full stacks, right? Like, it's not like you can do this against every champion, but you can do this against a lot of champions, and you will really catch them off guard. Because you know what's funny? Like, I would say like 70% of the Wildrift community, probably 90% in low elo, maybe even 95, doesn't know how to play against Singed. So if you get good at Singed, you can really abuse him. Like, he's not broken, but he's abusable because no one knows how he works. And that's the beauty behind Singed. Like, you saw how I was able to completely out-trade this guy so easily. And the thing about Singed is, if you reach late game, you are incredibly powerful as well. Unfortunately, my Lee Sin lost the scuttler, but there you go. I cannot speak. I used the ghost and I caught up to the Shyvana. Easy kill. Of course that's worth the Rift Scuttler. Here I'm going for another kill on the Yasuo, as you can see. Boom, 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 boom. Another kill. I already have 2 assists and I helped out my team massively. Normally Singed sucks in the early game, as in like team fight wise. But here I was of course able to help. Reason why is because I pushed out my wave and I got the Gragas to a bit of a low amount of HP. So I was still able to help my teammates. You saw? Like I pushed out my wave because that is the whole power of Singed, right? He can push out waves really fast. So I pushed out the wave and then I helped my teammate and I was able to kill the Shyvana with my Lee Sin. So that was really, really good. Here, yet again, I'm just gonna go aggressive. Like, look at this. I'm not gonna let him farm for free. Like, I'm just gonna go super aggressive on him. And let's see what's gonna happen. He goes in and I'm gonna go after him. Boom. If I can throw him in a root, that would be amazing. But yeah, it's a bit hard to do that combo, by the way. Which is, you know, put your second ability on the ground and root the enemy by throwing them into it. It's a bit of a hard combo, but you can pull it off late game. It's much easier late game because you're so much faster in the late game. You can basically catch up to anyone. There you go. I actually hit it. But you can see, like, my damage is just not big yet, right? Like, it's just clearly not big yet. All I'm really doing now is making sure I do as well as I can in my lane, which is, as I said, you can push out waves, and then you can surprise the enemy at level 2. But after that, Singed is still Singed. You're weak in the early game. So after that, you still have to relax because you're going to be losing those traits. You just don't deal a lot of damage. The only reason that you win that very first fight is because the enemy is at level 1 and you're at level 2. That's the only reason, guys. And as I said, Singed AP scaling is incredibly bad. So you just really don't want to take any fights. Like, I'm of course going to lose. Okay. Okay. I used my ghost to run away because he's going all in on me. I mean, that's good for us. He used all of his stuff before the dragon. I'm going for him here because my Lee Sin is coming. There we go. I thought that I threw him into my second ability. I thought, no way, I saved him. I thought that my second ability was on the ground and I threw him into it, but it went away like a millisecond before I threw him. No, that is so sad. That is so sad. I screwed up so hard. Like, oh, I screwed up. Oh, that was so awkward. Lee Sin was ganking me. He did an amazing job. And then I just threw Gragas away and he escaped. No way. Ah, that is so awkward. That is so stupid. That is so stupid. I screwed up so badly there, actually. So let's take a look at this now. After you reach level 5 on Singed, it's like a mini power spike. You're really not strong yet, but it's a mini power spike because your ultimate provides a lot of value to you. It gives you bonus ability power, bonus health, bonus mana, bonus movement speed, bonus armor, bonus magic, just blah blah blah, everything bonus. So you would just become stronger. Right here, this is how you do it. You see, I threw him into it, I rooted him, and now he's dead. After I rooted him, especially with my first ability and the Rylai's Scepter, he's constantly gonna get slowed, right? And the reason why Rylai's Scepter is so incredibly good on Singed, there's multiple reasons. First and most obvious is because you're hitting multiple enemies with your gas, right? Like, your gas hits multiple enemies very easily. But then the second reason, is your gas deals a lot of damage over time. So you're constantly gonna be resetting that the 2 seconds that you're going to be slowing the enemy. I mean, look at this. Look at me. I'm just running right through them right here. And they cannot do anything against me. They're like desperately trying to kill me. But they can't. You see? But what I was saying is your gas deals damage over the next few seconds. So you're constantly resetting the 2 seconds that you're slowing the enemy. And then another reason why it's so good is because when you have a Liandry's, you're going to be burning the enemies for even longer. What does it mean? While you're burning the enemies, you're gonna be slowing them constantly. Like, you're basically infinitely gonna be slowing all of the enemies in a team fight. That is why this item is quite literally the perfect item on Singed. I've seen some people ask me about Rod of Ages Singed. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Like, sure, in the late game it's good, but you really need the Rylai's Scepter. Just don't go for the Rod of Ages. Reason is, like, 120 ability power, sure you're gonna get nice damage, but it's just not worth it. Like, as I told you earlier, Singed doesn't skill really well with AP. He needs items with an effect. So don't go for AP, full AP items like Rod of Ages. It's just not worth it. It's literally not worth it. Let's take a look at this. I mean, like, as I said, I'm just kind of chilling right now, because like when you reach late game with Singed, you're so powerful. You don't have to force things. We cannot go for a gank here because Gragas has vision. I knew that already. But yeah, unfortunately Lee Sin didn't. So I didn't even bother going for the gank. Ooh, I'm gonna gank this guy. Let's see. He goes for the kill. So I go for the gank. I use my ghost. I did screw up my second ability very hard actually. But I want to fight here because I do have an ultimate. Let's take a look. I just popped my ultimate. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. This is worth it. There we go. I'm gonna run right through them. Let's see. Should I? Come on. I mean, fine. I'm doing okay. Yeah. As you can see, I did fine. But like Kai'Sa was able to clean out that backline. But you can clearly see I'm just not strong in team fights yet, right? Like even with my ultimate, I'm just not dealing a lot of damage. When you only have one item on Singed, you're just not that strong. Now I have 2 items, so damage-wise, I'm gonna be okay. Like, okay damage. But I'm not tanky. And basically, if you're not tanky, your playstyle has to be very careful. Because if you looked at that team fight, if I was a late game Singed right there, I would have walked right through them. Like, boom, right through them. But I'm only an early game Singed with no armor, no magic resist items. So you have to be careful. But when you get that armor, especially after getting that Deadman's Plate, like that is your first major power spike. That's when you can start to be super aggressive and walk right through the enemies. I'm not rotating to the dragon, which is a mistake. Why am I not rotating to the dragon? I played this game very long ago, like 2 weeks ago. Why am I not rotating? We're up against a Shyvana. I need to rotate. No, I screwed up. This is not worth it. This is not worth it. No. I screwed up. This is not worth it. Like, okay. Even though I'm getting super ahead, even though I'm pushing a turret, this is not worth it. Like, sure, Gragas lost a few hundred gold, but the enemies got a dragon. And on top of that, Shyvana got a dragon. That is not worth it. Let's take a look at this fight. I'm running right through them, as you can see. No, I screwed up. I cannot sugarcoat this to you guys. I screwed up. Like, sure, I'm getting kills, but I screwed up. Like, that dragon is so important, actually. Because I'm not going to be getting anti-heal only as my 4th or 5th item. So, I'm not going to be applying anti-heal on the enemies. Nah, I screwed up. That's so dumb. When you're up against a Shyvana, you want to go to the dragons. And Singed can do that. Like, it's not like you cannot do that. You can definitely do that. You're definitely strong enough to do that. So, not sure what I was doing there, to be honest. I really should have rotated to that dragon. Singed is not a split pushing champion, guys. Don't split push with him like I did right here. It's just not worth it because you're so strong in team fights. And as I said, after 2 items, you become very valuable in team fights. So, sure, maybe during the first dragon you can choose to not help, sure. But second dragon, you're definitely strong enough to help. And I should have helped. I had to do it. There's no excuse. It's okay though, but I definitely should have helped. Oh, no, the enemy is not full attack damage. Never mind. Ignore what I was about to say. I am very fat though because I pushed that lane, but again, it's just not worth it. But it's fine. Like, it's fine. I'm building up to my Deadman's Plate. I am tankier now, so I'm gonna be much stronger during teamfights, especially when I ult. You know, when I get that bonus armor, magic resist, health regen, etc. I'll be really strong. I want to fight her, so let's take a look at what happens. I have my ghost. I have everything up basically. Let's take a look. First ability activated. I'm waiting for my ult, and there we go. Ghost, ult, everything. Look at this. Look at this. Woo! Walked right through them, and that does so much. You see, I slowed their entire team. And let me tell you why you can do this. Like, you may think, like, what the hell? How are you able to run right through them there? Let me tell you exactly why. Because whenever you're close to either an ally or an enemy, you get 20% bonus movement speed. And yes, this stacks up. If you're close to one ally or one enemy, whatever, basically if you're close to a champion, ally or enemy doesn't matter. Ah, I tried to throw him. That sucks. But if you're close to an ally or enemy, you get 20% bonus movement speed. If you're close to 2 allies or enemies, you get 40% movement speed. And yes, if you're close to 5 enemies, you get 100% bonus movement speed. For 2 seconds, by the way, for 2 seconds. And that is why, like, there's a thing that Singed mains like to call slingshot. You can slingshot Singed by like walking through your entire team and then going into the enemy. But you can also slingshot yourself in the enemy composition. So it's like a slingshot, right? You're pulling the trigger, and then the more enemies there are, or the more champions there are, sorry, the further the trigger gets pulled, and then boom! You get slingshot right into the enemies with like unhuman movement speeds, and enemies just cannot catch you. They can never catch up to you. And within like 1.5 seconds, you'll be running right through all of the enemies. So here again, I'm using my ult. I'm going for their backline. I'm going for the Lulu, because Lulu provides a lot of value for them. Look at that. Lulu should be dead here. I am tanking up this damage because I have armor, you see? Like, this is the importance of armor combined with your ultimate. The armor is so good. Like, you see how I'm able to survive everything now? Here, easy. Now we did win the team fight very easy. Oh, Shyvana. Oh, she got the dragon. I knew she was doing it. Ay, ay, ay. They have 3 dragons on Shyvana. Ay, ay, ay. No, but I screwed it up as well because I lost my team the 2nd dragon, but now my team lost the 3rd dragon. Ay, ay, ay. Shyvana's gonna be a big problem now. Very, very, very big problem. Like, she's gonna be so buffed. Oh, she even has a withstand, so that's magic resist against me. She's gonna be the problem in this game. And that is also why this game was going for super long. You will see what's gonna happen. Oh my god. Hey, let me just look at what my neighbor is saying. I asked him to go to the gym at like 1:30. Okay, nice. He said yes. Good. Oh, wait, let's focus on the game. Oh, guys, you don't know how excited I am for the videos that I'm about to publish. But enough about that. Let's now look at the gameplay. I used my ultimate, used my fart gas. I'm going on this guy to kill him. Yasuo actually dived our backline very well. As you can see, the morale of my team is very low, unfortunately. But look at me. Look at me. Enemies also have Baron, by the way. I'm running away from the Shyvana because I cannot deal with the Shyvana. Shyvana will destroy me. Boom! He should be dead. I slowed him so much, Lee Sin should be able to catch him. Easy catch. I still have to be very careful of Shyvana because Shyvana's gonna destroy us, you see? I'm trying to potentially go for the Lulu, but you cannot get close to a 3-item Shyvana. I did get close and I'm dead here. Yep. Like, it's funny how I'm analyzing my own gameplay here and I'm making the right calls now, but then during the game, like, I made mistakes, and that's also why I'm uploading this game, because you can clearly see if you think right, which I'm doing right now, you won't make these mistakes and you will do much, much better than I'm doing in this game right now. So I am going for a Frozen Heart this game, and the reason is, like, it's such a good item here. First of all, should I ask you to test your knowledge why it's so good? I am doing a skin giveaway, giving away 8 legendary skins. I forgot to say it. All you have to do is put a comment on the video. Also give the video a like if you're enjoying it. Helps the channel. I'm not gonna do a test knowledge. I'm just gonna tell you. So, the reason why Frozen Heart is incredibly valuable here. First of all, Jinx, right? Like, it's always good against Jinx. Secondly, Yasuo. It's okay against Yasuo. But third of all, and this is a thing that you may not be even paying attention to when considering going for the Frozen Heart, is enemies have Lulu. And if the enemies have an enchanter like Lulu, which means Lulu gives a lot of attack speed, you see, Lulu's second ability gives a lot of attack speed to her allies, Frozen Heart is going to be more valuable, you see? Like, if the enemy has a Lulu, if the enemy has a Yuumi, enemy has a whatever that gives attack speed, that makes it more valuable for you. Oh, look at this, guys. Look at how they're trying to chase me. Shyvana is such a problem, by the way. But you see how much value I was able to provide in that team fight? I slowed all of them. I popped the Shyvana ult, and they cannot catch up to me. Why? You see this? 100, that's the Deadman's Plate. I did not basic attack a single enemy to maintain the bonus movement speed that I get. So let's take a look at this. Boom! I'm walking right through all of them. You see, like, I was constantly slowing the enemies, and now we need to catch up to the Shyvana. She is slowed. And we're gonna be able to catch up to her, as you can see. She even smites me to slow me, but I'm gonna be able to catch up to her. I have a Deadman's Plate, and she is dead. And now the Elder Dragon is spawning very soon. And this is gonna be a big one for us. It's the Elder Infernal Dragon. And we killed the Shyvana. She's dead for 41 seconds. We should be able to get this Elder Dragon. It's like, it's not an instant win, because the enemies do have 3 dragons with a Shyvana still. But it's gonna be big for us. Like, if the enemies take this Elder Dragon, we just instantly lose the game. So we have to get this Elder Dragon. We just have to. Not quite sure what the Yasuo is trying to do. I'm just gonna chase Yasuo, even with my ultimate. Because your ultimate gives you bonus movement speed as well. You can see, like, he's constantly getting slowed. Oh, they're using teleports. We can just get it anyways, though. I'm trying to stop them here, as you can see. Like, I'm really trying to stop them. Now we have the Elder Dragon. And my fart gas is going to be applying true damage on the enemies as well. Like, you know what I always like to say? Singed is the best champion to get the Elder Dragon with. Singed truly is the best champion to get the Elder Dragon with. Because you're going to be applying damage to all of the enemies. So you're going to be applying the true damage to all of the enemies. Because your gas goes on all of them, right? So, like, getting the Elder Dragon is so incredibly powerful on Singed. It's just amazing. Right here, I'm being a little careful, but I'm obviously trying to defend the turret. Ooh, I nearly cut off the Yasuo right there. I use my ultimate. I want to go for it. You see, like, I'm at half HP, but I'm fearless. You see how fearless I am on the Singed? Look. Look at how fearless I am. This is what Singed can do. This is what Singed can do. Fearless. Absolutely fearless is what you have to be on Singed. And the tankier you get, the crazier this becomes. Like right now, I have 4 items with the Frozen Heart. And I'm going for a 5th item. What am I gonna get? I believe the Green Book. I should go for a Green Book here because they have healing. Green Book? There we go. There we go. You're so smart. Nice. Oh, I'm so proud of myself. Doing the right things. So good. Alright, what was I talking about? Yeah, this game is far from over, by the way. Because the enemy Shyvana is still a major problem for us. She does have the 3 dragons, and they have a Jinx Lulu. My Frozen Heart is obviously going to help a lot against that. But let's take a look at what I decide to do here. I got her. I got her. I got her. I got her rooted, guys. That is what you need to do. Easy peasy kill. Easy peasy kill. The root is so good, but it's obviously hard to hit. I'm even going for this guy. Wow. It's very aggressive. Unfortunately, Yasuo showed up. It's okay though. Like, look at how aggressive I'm playing. Oh. I nearly killed Lulu, you know that? Like, the funniest part is I literally, and then she did die, you see? This is what Singed can do. This is the crazy late game Singed power that he has. And then he's dead as well. I will just root him. I didn't throw him back this time because I didn't want to make the same mistake as I did with Gragas. Remember when I threw him back and he just escaped? I didn't throw Yasuo back because I knew that it would happen again, so I was just relaxing. So here my team needs to go for the Baron, and I just need to keep Shyvana away. Because right now, even though Shyvana has 3 dragons, I can actually keep her away. I have to be careful to not get killed, of course. But I can keep her away. I really need to get the orb that applies anti-healing though, because Shyvana will have a lot of healing with the Runa's Hurricane and the Ocean Dragon. So I really need to get that item ASAP. Unfortunately, my team is for some reason fighting without me. I am the strongest champion in this game right now. We did kill the Shyvana though. Let's take a look at this. He's dead. Like, I can just easily catch up to him. That's the thing with Singed. I catch up to him, I root him, and he's just dead. Like, I just root him, and then I'm like, see you later. Bye-bye. I got you. My team is gonna finish you off. Easy peasy kill. And honestly, rooting the enemy is actually very hard with Singed. Like, I'm not gonna tell you this is easy to do. I'm just pretty good at Singed. And this takes practice. This definitely takes practice. But what I recommend you to do when you play Singed is really try to make those plays. Try to go for the roots. Like, don't just try to play Singed like a normal Singed. Really try to make the plays with him. Because if you're able to get those roots off, like free kills, literally free kills in the late game. The roots are free kills in the late game. They're not as powerful in the early game, but in the late game, free kills. Like, the freest kills of your life. Here I'm just trading myself to kill him. Actually, going back! Oh, I nearly went back. That would have been crazy. That's a fine trade. I'm full build now, by the way. I am full build. Oh, it's gonna be great. Full build Singed, guys. I have so many good videos coming on my YouTube channel, by the way. Like, as I said, the matchmaker has become a bit better for me, and I'm getting some very good matches, like high elo matches. And I got some crazy gameplays out of those. Like, the next videos that are going to be coming on this channel are going to be top quality. You know, top quality. I was really not satisfied with the videos that I had uploaded in the recent weeks and even months because of the stupid matchmaking. Like, I was being matched with and against very bad players. But now, I got you guys quality content. Wow, this Zed. Did you see what he just did? That was really clean indeed. He just killed the Shyvana and the Jinx. Wow, that was really good. Talking about Zed, I also have a Zed video coming for you guys. And a quick little surprise. Well, actually, no. I'm working on another champion that is very notorious on my channel, who doesn't have really a single gameplay video on whole of YouTube of Wild Rift. But I'm working on him. Not gonna tell you who it is, but I'm pretty sure some of you guys may be able to guess who it is. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I have so many nice videos for you guys. I have so many banger videos for you guys. I just cannot wait to release all of them. As you can see, I am releasing daily again because I have so many gameplays. Again, I have the content because the games are so good and I'm playing a lot of Wild Rift again. So, whew. Yeah, you guys are gonna love it. Enough now. Enough about the hyping. He should be dead with the gas. There we go. Easy kill. You can see, enemies just cannot do anything to me. Look at how much damage I'm dealing, by the way. Like, let's actually talk about the amount of damage that I'm dealing. I did die, but did you see how much damage I was dealing to Shyvana? Wow. This is worth it. You know why? Because Zed is taking a top lane turret. I was basically wasting their time in the bot lane. Now Zed took a top lane turret. And the game is over. Like, when this happens, the game is over. 95% of the times, right? He's dead. Oh. Never mind. I mean, it's over unless everyone dies. If everyone of our team... If Lee Sin dies, they can actually end the game. Nah, never mind. It's too late anyways, because I'm going to be up in 20 seconds. It's too late anyways. They're probably going to get the Baron though, so yeah, it's whatever. Like, we're still okay, because we have 3 inhibitors, and we have the Elder Dragon, so we're definitely fine. Although they still have a Shyvana with 3 dragons, but you know what I mean, like, we're fine. Yeah, Zed says give it no problem. Exactly, give it no problem. Like, he shouldn't go for it, because it is indeed not a problem. Like, we have 3 inhibitors. He is, of course, trying to steal it, and he's gonna die. Is he gonna die? Never mind. Of course, we should give it. Like, there's no reason for us to fight for that Baron. Because, whatever, right? Right? Like, whatever. They take the Baron, what are they gonna do with it? It's not like they can just win the game. Although you have to keep in mind, we're 24 minutes into the game, so the Baron buff is massive. They got a lot of bonus armor, magic resist, and attack damage and ability power from the Baron now, because we're very late into the game. So you do have to be careful with that. They're probably even stronger than us with the Elder Dragon right now, just so you know, right? Like, Baron buff is huge. I'm desperately trying to keep the Shyvana off our Soraka right there, by the way. Because Soraka is the one champion that needs to stay alive. But you can see how much damage they're dealing to me right now. That is because of the Baron buff, guys. So don't underestimate the Baron buff. It's actually huge. Enemies will do a lot of damage to you. Our Soraka is doing an absolutely phenomenal job, by the way. We lost. Yeah, we lost. We took the Elder Dragon, we took 3 inhibitors, and we lost. Because we underestimated the Baron buff. We lost. And this is why you don't underestimate the Baron buff in the late game, guys. This is exactly why. So thank you so much for watching. Look at that damage. Look at that damage. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this sick plot twist video. And yeah, I will see you all in the next Wild Rift video. Bye bye.